Today is December 13th. Today's quote is entitled, "Bring Him Back." There is a story in which Srila Bhaktisiddhanta refused to open the Allahabad Gaudiya Math temple without the presence of one estranged brahmacari. The brahmacari was mistreated and went away, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was so upset he wouldn't open the temple until the devotees apologized and got him back. Isn't that interesting? So there was some conflict in the temple, and the devotee was mistreated in a way that he left. And this devotee was doing a lot of service. This devotee was very dear to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, so naturally he was very concerned that this devotee was no longer part of the Sangha. And of course, if a devotee goes away, the spiritual master is naturally concerned that the devotee is not going to do well, because we need the association of devotees, and good relationships are very important for our Krishna consciousness. So he was so upset that a sincere devotee was mistreated in such a way that he left the ashram, that he said, until you bring him back, till you apologize and bring him back, I am not going to open this temple. What a heavy statement. Now, just after I heard this, a few days after I heard this, I was listening to some other stories about Srila Prabhupada. And one devotee who served Prabhupada very closely said, there were occasions when Prabhupada found out that some devotee had left, and Prabhupada said, go find him and bring him back. Even if the devotee had done something bad, something wrong, Prabhupada was still so concerned to bring them back. And as you may have heard, Prabhupada said, we spend so much energy and time making a devotee. And so once they come, we have to take care of them. We don't want them to leave. Another time Prabhupada said, if they leave, it may be their fault. He said, but it's also 50% our fault. So that's interesting. 50% their fault, 50% our fault. So it's a nice meditation, even though a devotee may have faults, even though they may not be perfect, still, because they rendered sincere service, Prabhupada was so concerned, don't let them go. If they go, Prabhupada knew there's a good chance they'll drift off in Maya. Don't let them go, don't let them fall into Maya. Save them. Take care of them, somehow or other get them back. Now there's other stories about this that are very emotional and moving, and how much Prabhupada cared about his devotees, and we'll tell those stories another time, just to keep you in a little bit of suspense. But there are many stories like this. So I'm not going to make you wait. That was a suspense moment. I decided I should tell you those stories. So there was once a temple president. He was very dear to Prabhupada, and I was at the temple at that time, and Prabhupada was there, and the devotees wanted him to leave as temple president because he wasn't chanting his rounds. He wasn't always there at Mangal Arati, but he had been president for a long time. He was a very good president. He took beautiful care of the deities, and that was really important for Prabhupada. Here's a man who took care of a temple, took care of the deities, and he really didn't want the devotees to push him out. And they were bringing in another devotee and asking the temple president to leave, and Prabhupada stopped it. He didn't want it, or at least he tried. I think it ended up happening, but he suggested they don't do that. He really didn't like removing sincere people. Now there's another story like that, in which the temple president had fallen into Maya. He hadn't given up Krishna consciousness, he was just struggling, as we sometimes do. And so they were also removing him. And Prabhupada was led to believe that he had given up Krishna consciousness, and that's why they were removing him. So they brought him into Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, do you still believe in Krishna? He said, yes, Prabhupada, I believe in Krishna. I believe in you. Then Prabhupada said, this is disgusting. What Prabhupada meant was that it's disgusting that you're asking him to leave. And Prabhupada said, you saw he was in Maya, you should have tried to help him. But rather than help him, you were pushing him out. And that's why Prabhupada said, this is disgusting. So Prabhupada's showing how much or how important it is to take care of devotees. And when devotees are having difficulty, we don't push them away. We try to help them as much as we can. Devotees need service. If we push them out of their service, how will they improve?